Hi guys, Steve here from Tune Over Strength and Fitness. Just going to bring you a bit of a vlog, just about, don't know if you can read this too well, but 8 points for success in training and in competition. First of all, I apologise for the writing. My 7-year-old daughter wasn't about, so I couldn't get her to write it down for me. Okay. There's so much information out there about training, what's the best training method and everything else, and that's great, you know, we've got this wealth of knowledge, and yeah, we're sort of just surrounded by it all, and it's fantastic. But a big critical thing is the mentality. What does it take to go to the next level and go to the next step? So I've been thinking about this a lot, I've been reading a lot about it, and I've been talking to players, rugby players, fighters, kettlebell athletes, and all sorts of different types of people about what makes a difference. So I just went out and asked a lot of people, what makes a true champion? And got some varying answers, but the common one was mental attitude and mental toughness. Okay, so I sort of took that one step further and looked at reading some key books, Pursuit of Excellence for Sport and Life. Cracking book if you want to check it out, but also ones that are relevant to me and ones that I get to use with my athletes as well. So I've just jotted them down for you. Okay, so the first one we're going to start off with is motivation. For something, what gets you to the gym? What's your driving force? Why do you do it? Are you really prepared to do the work that's necessary? We can all talk a good talk. We can all say, yeah, I want to be a champion. I want to smash this PB, I want to go out there and I'm going to run the fastest 10k I've ever done. But sometimes we don't look at what's the actual driving force. Maybe are we doing it to try and sound good in front of somebody else? It's not really going to keep you motivated. It's got to be something that you've got to really want it and you've got to be able to really feel it. Okay, so anytime you're looking for setting goals or anything like that, you get to the gym, always go back to what is your motivation, what is waking you up in the morning to get that early set done. For me, it's first and foremost my family, and for my personal goals and that sense of achievement. You know, there's nothing better than lifting a 10-minute set and lifting a PB. Okay, so the next one is concentration. Pretty obvious. Okay, you need to concentrate on the session, the here and the now, the actual workout that you're doing. Okay, so when you're in the gym, you need to focus on the lifts, being technically efficient, how to get the most out of each session. You know, are you wasting time? Are you getting as much recovery as you need in between sets? All these things you really need to concentrate and make it a time for you. Okay, we've already covered like motivation and what's your driving force, and you need to get in the gym and that concentration levels need to be high, okay, because they go hand in hand, as do all of these. Okay, and one that's really super powerful, and I came across Michael Phelps's, they asked him about how does he prepare for a race, and him and his coach developed a system years ago before he became super champion and all that. Was his coach can just use a cue and it's called put in the tape. Okay, so and what he's done is over time he's developed this system of him swimming brilliantly, how his preparation, how he imagines himself pushing off the wall each stroke, how he feels in the water, and he can visualize that. So, and he's discussed that with his coach and those around him, so when they notice that he seems to be getting a bit flustered or anything else, they just say to him, put in the tape, you know, right, okay. He just goes back to that visualization, that story that he's been telling himself for years, stepping onto that #1 podium time and time and time again, setting them world records, and yeah, that is a really powerful tool. So what you need to do is look at your goal, get your motivation, what is it you're trying to achieve, and then imagine achieving it. And when you imagine yourself achieving it, take into every single detail. Try and imagine the sounds, how it feel during, while you're doing it, before you do it, your preparation before it, every single little detail. Try and imagine the sights, the sounds, the smells, everything, because your body knows what to expect, and it just gives you that little bit of a push. Okay. Consistency and effort is something that should go without saying, is just being consistent. Consistency in the gym is a massive thing. You know, you can have one great session, putting all the effort in. Wednesday, you go through the motions. Thursday, you're going through the motions. Friday, you pick it up a little bit. Saturday, you're going through the motions. You've got to really try and keep that consistency and effort. It's not trying to say you need to be setting PBs every session, but you need to be given as much effort as needed for that session, and you need to be consistent with that effort. Okay, so if you're giving high amounts of effort and you're giving consistency with it, the outcome will be even greater. Okay, self-talk. Okay, so try not to, don't think of self-talk as looking like a lunatic or anything like that, and start screaming like some people do in the gym. Self-talk's more about giving yourself that bit of confidence, and also when you do something good, tell yourself that you did it good. Okay, in my sport, in kettlebell lifting, it's quite easy to think, oh man, that felt really bad, and then, oh, I felt bad, or this is the start of the end. Okay, and then what happens there is just a negative snowball effect just happens, and keeps them going, and then you just sort of plummet. But then you flip that on its head and you focus on what feels good. Right, that felt great, that felt good. Oh, do you know what? That just sort of flew up. Rather than focusing on, oh, I could have done that a little bit better, focus on, do you know what? I absolutely nailed that day. I smashed that. Tell you, that was awesome. I'm going to keep that going. Because that just gives you that confidence in, yeah, right, I'm going. You know how it feels when somebody is next to you, oh man, that looked brilliant there. We all love to be given compliments every now and again and stuff like that, so you've got to use them as fuel for the fire, you know. Determination. It's not always going to be an easy road going to the top. You will have lots and lots of stumbling blocks. There'll be times when it just won't go right. You're feeling like you're not progressing. A bit of self-doubt might creep in, but you've just got to keep that determination up and just got to keep going. And this is where self-talk is really, really pivotal, because it gives you that confidence. Okay, imagine the rock at the top of a hill. The hardest part is getting it started. Tipping a big boulder down the hill, that's the hardest bit. Once it's rolling, there's no stopping it, okay? So that self-talk, that's what's going to give you that. And then that determination, keep on thinking about what is your motivation, that's going to keep you going. So when times are hard, maybe you didn't have such a great competition event, and you feel like everybody's just sort of, oh, that's it for him, you know, looking down on you. You've got to keep going. No, I'm not ready to give up yet. I've just got to keep going. You know, it's not going to happen. It's not going to last forever. The bad times never do. Okay. Confidence. Have confidence in your ability. This is something that is super great, because being confident, I'm not talking about being arrogant, but being confident, walking into that weight room and thinking, yeah, do you know what? I am going to smash it. I'm going to tear it up today. Yeah, I feel great. I feel fantastic. We all know the greatest example of this at the moment, Conor McGregor, absolutely ripping it up in the UFC. The man oozes confidence, okay? And he can carry that no matter what, and that is just taking him from the top. From day one, from his first fight all the way through, he's had this confidence. He's known where he's going to go, okay? And with all these sorts of things, he's been able to achieve it. Okay, but confidence, go in there, right, do you know what, yeah, I'm ready to smash it, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to get this PB, I'm ready to win this race, I'm ready to win this fight, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to smash it, no worries. You've got to be confident with it. You can never hold yourself back, okay? If you can believe it, you can achieve it. And last one, guys, is habits. Habits. All this is a habit, okay? It's not good just maybe doing 1 and 2, oh, they sound pretty cool, I'm just going to do them. You've got to make them all the habit, okay? A good way of doing it is just starting with which one is going to make the biggest difference now. the biggest difference for you, okay? Maybe you have got a lot of confidence already, okay? Maybe you are there, but you're not quite there with the imagery. Focus on the imagery, do that, okay? Sit them down, number them 1 to 8, and which one you think is your strongest thing, and think of what is your weakest. Then you want to try and bring them up, and then all of a sudden you want to bring them all in a line so they're just one big habit, okay? All this wants to end up being one habit, okay? Because we are creatures of habit, human beings are, but if you start doing positive and you make your habits positive, positive results will come, okay? So I hope that sort of makes sense, and it gives you a bit of an insight into how to make the most of your training, and if you're coming up to a competition, okay? And these are going to have a massive impact if you can just apply them. Okay, so give them a go and let me know how you get on. As I'm recording this, it's 2 days before English Championship, so if you're watching this past the 7th, you should be looking at an English champion. So, okay. Right guys, I'm going to leave it there. So good luck with your training. Any questions, just fire them across, and I'll catch you next time.